All right, to all you Brits listening in today, we are dedicating this proper deep dive entirely to you lot.
Yeah, spot on.
So please do drop your feedback and your thoughts down in the comments below. We got a best-in one for you today. We are looking at the United Kingdom.
And it's not just, well, it's not just listing off basic geography facts you probably already know.
No, not at all. Our mission is to figure out how a nation builds cutting-edge global influence
Yeah.
right on top of thousands of years of history.
Exactly. When you look at the UK today, you are seeing a masterclass in adaptation. It's a society that uses its traditions not as an anchor holding it back, but as a solid foundation.
Let's lay out that foundation first.
Yeah.
Physically, we're talking about a 243,000 square kilometer nation.
Right, with a highly diverse population of about 67 million people.
And a climate that is famously unpredictable. Proper mild, but mostly cloudy. You never know if you need a jumper or sunglasses.
Oh, yeah, totally. And the languages spoken reflect that diversity, too. English, Welsh, Scottish, Gaelic, and Irish.
Which feeds right into how adaptable the place is, especially the economy. I mean, the UK has a massive global footprint.
That's the crucial pivot right there. The UK essentially sparked the Industrial Revolution, which gave it a massive structural head start. But what is truly fascinating is how they transitioned away from heavy manufacturing.
They didn't just get stuck in the past.
Exactly. Today, they maintain a huge nominal GDP. The economic engine is fiercely service-driven now. You've got London acting as the central nervous system for global finance, sitting right alongside dominant tech and creative industries.
It is wild to think about that modern global influence.
Yeah.
Because this forward-looking financial hub is built literally on top of layers of ancient unsolved mysteries.
The physical layers of history there are staggering. You got a site like Stonehenge.
4,000 years old, and we still don't definitively know what it was for.
Right. Was it a ceremonial gathering place or some highly sophisticated solar calendar? It still completely baffles archaeologists, yet in that same country you fast forward a few millennia and you have engineers building the world's first underground railway.
Down in London in 1863.
Yeah, 1863. And they manage all this rapid modernization while holding on to some incredibly old systems of governance.
Like the constitutional monarchy, which, just to clarify for anyone fuzzy on it, means the royal family handles the tradition and diplomacy, while elected officials in parliament handle the actual lawmaking.
Precisely. It's a system that balances the psychological comfort of stability with the necessity of democratic progress. They are entirely comfortable blending medieval tradition with modern governance.
I reckon that blend of old world tradition and modern reality trickles down into daily life too.
Completely. You see it clearly in social habits like afternoon tea. Historically, it wasn't just about eating scones. It was a carefully choreographed ritual of civility.
And a display of social order.
Yes. You even see that underlying desire for order in the famous British queuing system. Standing patiently in an organized line is basically an unwritten national contract of fairness.
Fair play. We do love a good queue. And you can't really talk about the culture without talking about the food. Everyone knows classic fish and chips or a hearty full English breakfast.
Oh, definitely.
But I was surprised to see chicken tikka masala listed as an unofficial national dish in our sources.
That is actually a perfect example of how the UK culturally adapts. Chicken tikka masala was created in Britain by South Asian chefs adjusting traditional recipes to local palates. It is a direct reflection of the nation's modern multicultural identity.
So if you were to map out this blend of history and modern culture geographically, what are the key places that capture the vibe for you?
3 destinations instantly come to mind. First, London. You can stand at the Tower of London feeling the heavy weight of centuries of power and then look straight across the river at ultra-modern skyscrapers.
The contrast is brilliant.
Then you head north to Edinburgh, where this dramatic medieval castle literally looms over a vibrant modern city. Finally, the Lake District.
Oh, the rolling poetic landscapes.
Exactly. Landscapes that haven't changed much since they inspired generations of romantic writers.
It is clear why the environment is inspiring. But the sheer volume of scientific and cultural output from the UK is staggering for an island nation. Why did it become such a hotspot for innovation?
Because the UK established such a strong foundation in education and global trade early on, it became a massive incubator for ideas. We're talking about literary giants like William Shakespeare fundamentally shaping the English language.
And in science, you have Isaac Newton laying down the laws of classical physics.
20th century researchers discovering the structure of DNA.
Right up to Tim Berners-Lee inventing the World Wide Web.
It is monumental. So when we synthesize all of this for you listening today, the true lesson is how effectively a society can balance heritage with innovation.
Proving that a country doesn't have to erase its past to build its future.
Spot on. It acts simultaneously as a museum of human history and a dynamic incubator for whatever comes next.
Which leaves you with something profound to ponder. If a single nation can be defined just as much by ancient silent stone circles as it is by the invention of the World Wide Web, what does that reveal about our own human need to anchor ourselves in the past while relentlessly rushing into the future?